Hi, you, Maud here. And today I want to work in my latest journal that I made a while back. And I was inspired by the cover of this journal, especially the spine. And in Dutch, it says here, The Road to Humanity. These were a series of books. I also gifted two of these to my friends Sharon and Michelle. Hi, sweeties. And yeah, I turned one of them into a journal that I have been working in. And let me just take you through it and then do a page. And one of you commented underneath my last video if I could show you how I do a page. And I thought at that time, well, there's lots of videos of me doing pages, but perhaps you were wondering my thought process. And sometimes I tell a little bit about my thought process, but it has changed. And I thought I would take you along on a new one. But this is the journal so far. It is again a journal with elastics that I like so much, and this first signature is completely filled with journal pages, things that I like to do. Sometimes I like to draw some inspirational cards and journal on the back of them of what they mean to me. Here it says energy in Dutch. And this is a list of things that bring me energy. Sometimes a nice reminder to look at because, well, we are in that time of year when the days get really short again and my energy drops. This is a map that I glued in here, and let me see where I am at. I live here somewhere. Our village is so small that was not even on this map. So some colorful pages, using old ephemera and writing on the back. And my writing is private and I like to keep it private. Victory, because this was the first time that I made papers on my jelly plate that I actually want to use. Because a lot of times when I did the jelly plating, I loved the process, but no pages came out that I really loved and that I wanted to use. But finally, this time I have my colors, I have the botanical prints that I love so much. So yes, this is also from jelly plate and just little collages. Sometimes that's all I want to do. Just make little collages and don't worry about the rest. This is a tag of a dress that I bought in the US, in Salem, as a matter of fact. This dress was bought in Salem and I want to keep it in here, and I journaled about the experience. Scented oil and sticks. I found a recipe and I wanted to keep it, but there must be a better recipe out there somewhere because this one, it's not that good. But I like that it was in here, and I drew this bottle and these sticks around. I had a wonderful time making this. But at the end of the day, there must be a better way to do this. Just a little collage with some Stamperia stickers and orange. Orange is a color that I'm a little afraid of. I have some orange dresses in my wardrobe and I always feel happy when I wear them, but working with orange, it is so bright. But pairing it with green is okay. And I love to challenge myself to do some things out of my comfort zone. And yes, this orange was okay for me. A lot of Stamperia things. And this is way too dark for me. But I had fun making this page. I did some stenciling and yeah, why not? It's in there and I enjoyed it. Again, an orange page, and this one I really love. I mean, this came out wonderful, and I just went through my stash, looked at what I had in an orange color. So some Tim Holtz, what were these? I think they were these strips. Some stenciling with orange distress oxide, a beautiful card of a flower fairy. This is a Tim Holtz thing, and I journaled on the back, and I even stenciled with distress oxide all kinds of oranges, and I really love how this page came out. But it's also a page that I'm really proud of because, well, this page was kind of how do you say it? I worked carefully, and I had this as a focal point. This was the first attempt, and I think this one is better, but I think the process was the fun thing. There's writing underneath here, so that's private. Again, I worked with a lot of stenciling from Stamperia and Stamperia stickers, and these branches I drew myself. Well, I finally did it. I bought some Kansai Tambi Kuretake watercolors. I had a gift card and I went to my favorite craft shop in Leeuwarden, and they had this set, and I love it. I work with it a lot and I really love it. And tags again from New Clothes. Love to keep them in there. This is something I made a really long time ago, and I did not know what to do with it because I wasn't really a fan of how this turned out. But then again, this bear signifies strength to me, so I journaled on the back about feeling strong. So that's why it's meaningful and it gets to go into my journal. These leaves I found when coming back from my physiotherapist, and I really love them, so I put them in here, and they inspired also something. And now I have made some coasters out of felt using these templates as leaves. And yeah, one thing leads to another. This is a kind of a tarot card of a unicorn that I put some journaling on the back of. I was stamping out a bunch of numbers, perhaps for a December daily. This is just a try, and I have it in here because I'm not sure of what I want to do yet, but yeah, a good place to keep it. I even wrote it down here. It says preparation for December. I want to make this December that's coming up a kind of a Zen experience. I am hosting a workshop in 2 weeks' time together with my Tai Chi instructor, and it's all about Zen journaling. I mean, I do the technical part and she does the Zen part, and I want to do more of that, do more exercises that bring a little bit of Zen to my life. So I might take you along on a prompt that I came up with. Yeah, we might do that later. So in here is more journaling, more writing. I like to keep my writing on the back, and this is a tag that I made, and there is, yeah, there's writing on the back. Digital papers by Barbara, 49 Dragonflies. I made a whole, what was it? I made a journal out of these pages. I will link that video down below. I just used her digitals and some papers of myself, not digital. Oh, I love this. This was from a storybook, and yeah, I really love this image, so I had to keep it in here. A magical page with a quote by Roald Dahl. Oh, and this was so much fun to do because I was cleaning up my my studio and I found these stamps from Action that were actually still in the plastic foil. I had never used them and I could not even remember buying them. So I was a little bit embarrassed, I must confess. But then I thought myself, well, just use them. Use them and see what you can do with them. And I loved the end result. And again, I used the papers from my jelly plate session that really came out well. And this is just a little stencil image and it is meant for embossing, but I really liked it and I used it in gold and in white. A card that my hubby gifted me, and again I did this stenciling image on here. This is something that I saw in another video, a YouTube video, that I really liked, making a rainbow out of watercolors and then putting a quote on top. This is me working with watercolors, my Gansai Tumbies and gold. And this is the page that I did yesterday, and I just started out with these two stickers by Stamperia, and from then I just started gluing down some papers and working with watercolor, and this is what came out. And now it is like a kind of a story for me that this stag came out of the book and is going his own way. And just this morning I was wondering, what am I going to do? And I found this stamp, which is the very first stamp that I ever bought when I was not even paper crafting. And I wanted to try it out. So I have this prompt saying, find something that you have not used for a really long time and use it. And that's something I think we all have. We have these things in our stashes, in our art rooms that we don't see anymore. We don't use it. And this was tucked behind in a drawer, and I found it whilst I was looking for something else. And yeah, I tried it with some Distress Oxide, and it works really well. We put it a little bit closer. The details are still there. It's not like it has dried out. Sometimes that happens to rubber stamps. They dry out and they don't function anymore, but this one works fine still. So do I know what to do now? No, really no, I don't. I mean, I love that I stamped this on here, but now this blank page is staring at me and I still don't know what to do. So I procrastinated after I did this, and I went and filled up my fountain pen with some permanent ink again. And now what? I don't know. So I'm going to take a pause, and for you it will just be a second, and then I will be back and probably I will know what to do with this page. I was looking through my room, trying to come up with more inspiration, and then I found 3 envelopes that I bought from a lady on the market, and she has obviously done some eco-dyeing. Oh, look at this one inside. This is so beautiful. So I'm hesitant to use this one. And this one she did a little silver work, and this one she did a little gold work around the leaves. And then I thought, well, this goes perfectly here. I can glue it down and put a little, I can glue this one shut again and put a little journaling inside. And I want to doodle some leaves around this page and perhaps do a quote again. So I kind of have a vague idea of what I want to do. And like my dear friend Barbara, hi sweetie if you're watching, always says baby steps. So let's start by gluing this envelope closed, and as soon as I start, ideas will come up, I hope. Not always, but most of the time, when I start, ideas will come. And making pages for me is often a slow process, and I won't do everything on camera because then you will be bored and you will stop watching this video probably. But I think as long as I have something interesting to tell you, this might be interesting for you. Because how do you start journaling? Do you follow prompt lists, or do you always have an idea every day that you open up your journal? How does that work for you? Because most of the days after breakfast, I have this vague idea that I want to journal. And then I come here into my craft room and I just start by pottering around and seeing things. I have everything out in the open, so that inspires me. But then, yeah, I need to sit down and start. So let me gather some materials and make a start. I was thinking of doodling around this page, but then I saw my stamps and I thought, let's keep stamping. Let's make this journaling about stamping. And I have a bunch of nature stamps. And today I thought I'd use these. And this is again a beautiful quote, so I don't have to write anything perhaps. And these are by Stamperia. I think these are older ones. This is something I bought locally. I don't remember the brand. And this obviously is by Tim Holtz. These are bigger leaves, but they might be interesting. But for now, I thought I would start with this one. And not use the whole stamp, but that's why I have this paper underneath. Well, you get the idea. And I'm going to stamp all around this page. So this is what I have so far. And not all the stamping came out perfect. And I think that is fine. What I don't like is that I have this bird twice, which, well, it indicates that I kind of used the stamp just twice. But I want to stamp this on another piece of paper and put it there so you won't see that bird anymore. I'm going to do that off camera, and I will be back. So this is all the stamping that I'm going to do. I have taken just a plain piece of blue paper. It's nothing special. It's just, I think, 80 grams copy paper. But when I started stamping, that is when the Zen came out. I was in the zone, and I find it so difficult to film that, but just going where the flow took me. And I found that I now have a triangle of green. And I'm quite happy with how this page is coming together. And from here on, I want to take out perhaps some watercolor or even colored pencils and start working at making this even more colorful. So yes, this is how my journaling works. I mean, this page is by no means finished, and I'll probably work on it some more. But oftentimes I like to keep my journaling sessions within the hour. So that's also why I chose to stamp this time and not doodle, because doodling, I often doodle when I feel really calm. And making a video, I love making a video and I love that you are here, but it still is not calm for me. So yeah, that happens also, but at different times. I will put images at the end of the video of how this page will turn out in the end. And I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this gives you some inspiration. Please let me know how you start your journaling. Do you do prompt lists? Do they help you? Do you find images on Pinterest that you really like, or on Instagram? Or are you inspired by YouTubers that do something and that you want to recreate? Yeah, let's start this conversation, and perhaps we can help each other come up with ideas to do journaling pages. And I'll probably also put a little paper in here and writing about my experiences today that helps me. So yes. For now, thank you for watching. I love that you are here. And if you feel like sticking around longer, you're free to subscribe. It is free. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye bye for now.